can get involved, and you can make your predictions on these clashes, including the one between Vidit Gujrati and Nijat Abbasov. So use the command vote in chat right now. Make your picks because you could win a $250 Chessable course voucher. So we see the playing hall. All players are set. It seems like they are getting ready for that opening move to be played, and then all bets are off. And Danya, as you look at this scene here, I just don't see Fabiano yet. Otherwise, the players are in their chairs.
Yeah, I mean, we're used to Magnus Carlsen being fashionably late. Fabiano is usually right there at the board getting ready. Is there cause for concern? I'm sure there isn't, and I'm sure we will see the arrival of the American star momentarily. And just as I say that, I think that might be Fabiano's hand and Fabiano's water bottle as it leaves the board. Thank God, we've got all the players. Now the festivities can begin.
Well, they can only begin after a ceremonial first move. We heard the arbiter introducing Super Bowl champion Matt Collins, I want to add, when he was on the Eagles. So this is an athlete who has been at the highest level in his sport. And let's see what move he makes for Jan. I can't quite make that out, Donna. Do you see it?
I think it's a center pawn, but I wouldn't go any further than that.
Because you know how the players like to troll each other. Sometimes they make a random first move with the guest of honor, and then they change it at the board. But I do think that was e4. And we hear the arbiter say it. Handshakes. The round has begun. The 13th of 14 rounds here in the candidates. Let's see what openings these players start their games with, because we may be in for some surprises or some mainline theory that has been essayed many times before. Somebody's in front of the Prognana versus Caruana camera. What would a chess tournament be if not for that? And we do have the opening stages here. Photos being taken of the players. If we bring up our bird's eye view, we can see it's been played. Anish, I'll throw it to you. Of the 4 boards right now, are you surprised even by the first move from any of the players in contention?
Well, interestingly, we see a lot of e4 in this tournament, and in today's round, all of the games are played with one e4. Still best by test after all. What is interesting so far is that Fabiano, he clearly has 2 weapons for this tournament. He's got e4, e5 that he's played on occasions where he tried to be more solid, and he's got this Rossolimo with knight f6 that he already defended twice, and that is a much more double-edged, much more funky approach, and he's going for it today against Pragnananda. Makes a lot of sense. Today, he should take some risks, not burn all the bridges, but playing for 3 results is probably the right approach mathematically, and he's going for it with the Rossolimo. That's something I noticed. And Hikaru, by the way, surprising Jan with a sideline in the Spanish, but one that Pragnananda has played a lot. So Jan probably knows a little bit about it. We see the Petrov defense, of course, in the game between Vidit and Abbasov. Okay, that game is not too relevant for the first place, but no surprises there. Abbasov played the Petrov. And in the game between Gukesh and Alireza, the Berlin defense. Alireza thought, enough of all the Sicilians, of all the Frenches. It's time to be solid and go back to the opening he started the tournament with. The Berlin defense, something he played in the second round at the start of the tournament.
Okay, good illustration of what we're seeing thus far. Still in standard opening fare for most of these boards. I'm looking at, actually, it looks like Hikaru just brought his knight to e7 in the top left against Jan Nepomniachtchi. So why don't we start there? become a queen. And we see these two players, they're locked in battle. But Danya, I mean, there's not much that Firouzja can do. He can try to create that checkmate, but Gukesh will sidestep it.
That's child's play for him. He wasn't born yesterday. Well, he essentially was at 17 years old. I can't believe what I'm saying, but Rook H2, King G3, Robert. I think that is the sealer move. That king on G3 has the entire expanse of the king side to dodge any attempts at a perpetual. Look at Gukesh changing his seating posture. That pawn is 2 steps away from promotion. Here it is. This is the moment. I think the game is over.
Oh, and you can see on Firouzja, he just gave that head shake. He understands that all of these tactics that he's relying on, they are not going to work. Yes, amazing accuracy under pressure. Gukesh, he is 17 years old, but he will be in first place in these candidates. And Firouzja doesn't even look like he wants to play another move. The way he's staring at the board, shaking his head, looking at the clock, he is now down to just 20 seconds himself. And he gives the check, Danya. It's maybe just one check, and that's it.
And the statement move, that white king dodges any remaining shenanigans, and the pawn will advance to b7. I think Firouzja stops the clocks here. There is nothing left to play for, nothing left to give but a bunch of spite checks. This was a tour de force. Bearing in mind the circumstances, Gukesh will be in clear first by half a point. What a moment.
There it is.
And Firouzja stops the clock.
The handshakes, and Gukesh officially is our leader in the candidates with 1 round to go. All of India can rejoice for this win, but there is 1 round left. He will face off against Hikaru Nakamura, what could be a matchup for the title. So Gukesh Damaraju, the 17-year-old, he is doing unheard of things. He is a prodigy, but he doesn't want people to talk about his future prospects. He can be, with 1 more good round, the challenger to the World Championship throne. And oh my goodness, India has been waiting for this since Vishy Anand. He was dethroned by Magnus Carlsen. They